a drop of blood drops from the sky, drip into a man's eyes. The man was instantly in pain. Just a few seconds, the man has already mutated. Originally, this world has been captured by viruses. The collapse of social order, human beings have almost disappeared. The once prosperous, and it no longer exists. And what caused this result? Unexpectedly, they are members of several animal protection organizations. They broke into the primate laboratory at the University of Cambridge. After seeing the imprisoned chimpanzee, several people's hearts of the Virgin Mary erupted. Decide to release these chimpanzees. The researcher on duty turned pale after discovering it, and tell them that these chimpanzees have been injected. The rabbit virus has extremely strong infectivity. Once released, the consequences will be unimaginable. But these goddesses never cared about it at all. Directly opened the cage. Unexpectedly, the chimpanzee directly pounce on a woman, and crazily bite. In just a few seconds, the woman's body undergoes a mutation. That's it. The zombie virus spread rapidly in urban sprawl. Screen rotation. Jack woke up from the hospital, but searched the entire hospital, except for the chaos and mess. Not even a ghost. Even the normally bustling streets of London are empty. Jack has a confused expression on his face. I just had a car accident myself. Why didn't you wake up and everyone was gone? He came to the nearby church lost. Hoped to meet a living person. Unexpectedly, what caught my eye was a pile of corpses piled up like mountains. Just as he was shocked and desperate, 2 living people unexpectedly appeared among the bodies. Who am I? Around me. It's difficult. Ouch. Ah. Jack quickly escaped from the church, but the startled zombies were relentlessly chasing after him. Fortunately, 2 masked people came to help save his life. Jack is also the only person they've discovered in the past few days who hasn't been infected, and they also told him about the current situation. Jack collapsed when he found out. His parents are both at home. Life and death unknown. Fortunately, the zombies operate at night. He returned home accompanied by the 2 of them. But his parents have already died from poisoning. Under this apocalypse, few people can survive. The families of Ziobai and Jaime also died unexpectedly as a result. As night falls, Jack lit a candle as a memorial to his parents. Unexpectedly, this move attracted several nearby zombies. After a fight, several people solved the zombie, but unfortunately Ziobai was bitten. Black Sister doesn't speak too harshly. After seeing it, directly sent him back to the crew. That's it. The Doomsday Squad of 3 has become 2. But when they were looking for a new foothold, suddenly, I saw lights flickering in the distant building. There must be other survivors there. Hence, the 2 of them planned to go and explore the truth. But just entered the building, I was chased by a few zombies. Fortunately, I met another heavily armed person again. Saved the 2 people. The man's name is Dasan. There is a beautiful flower-like daughter named Ziome. The 2 have been here for a long time. Although it's safe here, it's not a problem. But there's not much food left. Coincidentally, the arrival of the 2 can form a team to find a new foothold. Subsequently, Dasan heard a circular broadcast on the radio. Tofu. His mother called me, which means that an army has set up a shelter outside the city. There is plenty of food and water there, so the few people decided to go together. When they were passing through a tunnel, but it's filled with obstacles inside, Dadron kicked the floor oil and rushed straight over. But the car also had a flat tire as a result. When they were changing the spare tire, Jack suddenly noticed a large group of zombies chasing after him from behind. Several people hurriedly lifted the vehicle. They quickly put on the spare tire. The speed of changing the spare tire is even faster than F1. This also indicates that the speed at which women change their spare tire is quite impressive. Several people successfully escaped from the tunnel. After a few days of long trek, finally arrived at the shelter on the radio. But this place is already empty. It seems that it has long been abandoned. This made several people extremely disappointed. They came all the way to find it. Unexpectedly, this was the result. At this moment, Dadron found a crow pecking at the corpse on the iron gate. He kicked over in anger. As a result, a drop of blood happened to drip into his eye. Just a few seconds, his body underwent a mutation. At a critical moment, the assistant soldiers took timely action. Send the mountain back to its distance, then take the 3 people to a new shelter. It's very safe here. They set up dusk and landmines around them. It can completely resist incoming zombies, and they also caught a zombie, used to study infected individuals. But what they didn't expect was, on the first day of arrival, a soldier had the idea of a black girl. Jack wants to come forward and stop it, but was knocked to the ground with a punch. Fortunately, the colonel arrived in time, stopped a few rogue soldiers, but what surprised Jack even more was that the colonel told him, in fact, the purpose of their external broadcasting is to attract women to come. This not only stabilizes the military's morale, can still take on the responsibility of reproducing humanity. Such a dirty idea. But he said he was so tall, but Jack is not a 3-year-old either. Quickly finds Ziome and Jaime, want to escape from here, but the woman they managed to attract, how could they easily escape? At this point, there is a relatively upright soldier speaking for him. As a result, the 2 were taken together to the forest for execution. When a soldier is shooting, on the click companion Jack took advantage of the infighting between the 2 of them. Hurry up and escape. On the other side, the soldiers are already starving and thirsty, forcing the 2 to change into clothes. Prepare to start a carnival party tonight. At this point, suddenly, there was an alarm coming from outside. It turned out to be Jack. He sounded the alarm, bring in the zombies. Wanna take the opportunity to rescue Black Girl and Xiaomei. Subsequently, he first hid in the dark and killed the soldiers who came to search, and then released the zombie they were holding. Soldiers bitten. It quickly mutated into a new zombie. Mutual transmission. That's it. The entire shelter was completely destroyed, and Jack also rescued Black Girl and Xiaomei from the chaos. But when they were about to drive away, unexpectedly, the colonel had already hidden in the car in advance. He shot and injured Jack. Xiaomei, who was unprepared, quickly start the engine, activate reverse mode, send the colonel to the mouth of the zombie. 1 month later, Jack woke up from a coma. They have arrived in a rural field. The scenery here is beautiful, rich resources, even if they see the plane, and there was no distress signal sent out, but to greet the other party. This British movie has been in shock for 28 days. It can be considered a classic work, although there are not many horror scenes in the play, but it highlights the violence and desires of humanity under the apocalypse. I like this type of. Be sure to look at the original film.